The Mothman Sightings. Tonight, we step quietly into the cold, isolated hills of West Virginia, where a shadow with wings was said to drift above treetops, where glowing red eyes were reported to pierce through darkness, and where a peaceful small town would soon become the center of one of the most haunting mysteries in American folklore. This is the story of the Mothman Sightings. A story of fear. A story of warnings. A story that refuses to fade. And perhaps, a story that continues. Take a breath, settle into your seat, and let the slow unraveling of this mystery surround you. Like fog rolling over abandoned roads. Welcome to an atmospheric exploration of the Mothman mystery, a tale still whispered, still unexplained, still chilling. Chapter 1: The Quiet Town. Point Pleasant, West Virginia, was the kind of place where nothing ever truly changed. A river town. A friendly town. A place where neighbors waved at each other from porches. Where doors were left unlocked. And where the sound of freight trains moving through the night blended with the soft rustling of trees. Here, life was predictable, comforting, ordinary. Until November of 1966. Because one sighting, just one glance at something impossible, would be enough to tear that sense of peace apart. Chapter 2: The First Encounter. On the night of November 12, 1966, 5 grave diggers were working late outside the town of Clendenin. The air was cold, and a thin mist hung like a veil over the cemetery. As they worked silently, their shovels digging into the damp earth, one of the men suddenly froze. A shape moved across the treetops. At first, he thought it was a large bird. But then, the others saw it too. A tall, human-like figure, gray, shadowy, and gliding effortlessly above the trees. Not flapping wings. Not flying like anything earthly. Just moving. In a slow, unnatural drift. The men dropped their tools. Their voices tangled together in panic. That night became the first recorded sighting of what would soon be known as the Mothman, a creature that would be described again and again as a silent winged humanoid. This moment planted the first seed of terror in the region. But it was only the beginning. Chapter 3: The Scarlet Eyes in the Dark. 3 days later, November 15, 1966, a young couple, Roger and Linda Scarberry, were driving near an old abandoned TNT factory on the outskirts of Point Pleasant. The sight was eerie even in daylight. A maze of forgotten buildings, echoing tunnels, and empty concrete domes left behind from World War II munitions storage. Locals avoided the area. Animals refused to go near it. As Roger and Linda drove past the dark forms of the empty structures, their headlights caught something standing beside the road. Linda gasped. A towering figure at least 7 feet tall with enormous wings folded tightly against its back. Its skin looked gray and rough. Its shape almost human. But its eyes. Those eyes glowed a deep, burning red, reflecting the car's headlights like fire staring straight through the windshield. Then suddenly the creature unfolded its wings. They spanned wider than the car. Roger hit the gas, tires screaming as they tore down the road. But the creature rose into the air effortlessly. It began to follow them. Not flying like a bird. Not beating its wings. Just gliding. Keeping pace with the car even at 100 miles per hour. Linda later said the creature made no sound. No breathing. No flapping. Just the eerie whisper of air shifting around its enormous wings. The couple sped into town, running red lights, desperate to escape. When they finally reached safety, the creature disappeared into the night. Their story became national news. The town of Point Pleasant would never be the same again. Chapter 4: Fear spreads like fire. In the weeks that followed, the number of real Mothman sightings exploded. Some claimed to see the creature perched on rooftops. Others said it flew alongside their cars as they drove along the empty roads at night. Teenagers hanging out near the TNT area would later report hearing strange, metallic clicking sounds coming from the woods, as if something massive was moving just beyond the tree line. People left porch lights on all night. Dogs refused to go outside. Farm animals panicked for no reason. And something else started happening. Men in black suits unfamiliar to the townspeople began showing up in unmarked cars. They asked questions, took notes, visited witnesses late at night. Some people claimed their phone calls were suddenly filled with static. Others said their TVs would flicker with strange patterns. And a few swore they were followed after speaking publicly about the sightings. It felt as if Point Pleasant had slipped quietly into another world. A world of fear. A world of secrets. A world where something watched from the shadows. Chapter 5: The Bridge. In December 1967, the sightings suddenly stopped. The silence felt wrong. Unsettling. As if something terrible was waiting to happen. And then, on December 15, tragedy struck. The Silver Bridge, connecting Point Pleasant to Ohio, suddenly collapsed during rush hour. 46 people died. Their cars plunged into the icy river below. It was the deadliest bridge disaster in the region's history. In the chaos that followed, in the screams, the sirens, the frantic rescue efforts, several survivors reported something chilling. Moments before the collapse, on top of the rusting metal beams, a massive winged figure had been seen. Watching. Silent. Unmoving. And when the bridge fell, it vanished. Some believed the creature was a harbinger, warning of the tragedy. Others believed it caused the disaster itself. But the truth has never been proven. And after that day, the Mothman was never seen again in Point Pleasant. Chapter 6: Legends Never Die. Even though the sightings ended, the story continued to spread. Researchers began connecting the creature to other disasters around the world. Chernobyl. Earthquakes. Mine collapses. Each time, someone claimed to have seen a winged humanoid before tragedy struck. Some called it a warning. Some called it a curse. Others called it a myth. But the people of Point Pleasant knew what they saw. They remembered the red eyes watching from the treetops. The wings stretching wider than a car. The way the creature glided through the night in perfect, unnatural silence. They remembered the fear. And the unanswered questions. Chapter 7: A closer look at the mystery. For those who seek a deeper explanation, the Mothman documentary explains several theories that have surfaced over the decades. Theory 1: A misidentified bird. Some skeptics believe the creature was a large bird, perhaps a sandhill crane whose wings and eyes can appear eerie in the dark. But this does not explain the creature's human-like shape, or its ability to keep up with speeding cars. Theory 2, a government experiment. The TNT area was known to have secret underground tunnels. Some believe the creature was the result of a military experiment gone wrong. But no documents or evidence have ever confirmed this. Theory 3, an interdimensional being. Some researchers point to the strange electromagnetic interference, odd phone calls, and visits from mysterious men as signs that the creature was not from our world at all. A traveler between dimensions. A watcher. A warning. Theory 4, an omen of disaster. Many locals still insist that the Mothman came not to harm them, but to warn them, to show them what was coming. This theory is the most chilling because it suggests that somewhere out there, the creature might still be searching for its next warning. Chapter 8, Modern Encounters. Decades after the original sightings, people continue to report unexplained creature encounters across North America. Truck drivers on lonely highways, night hikers deep in the woods, residents in remote towns. Some describe a figure watching them from the treeline. Others claim a shadow passed over their car without a sound. And a few even insist they've seen glowing red eyes staring at them through the darkness. These reports often share similar details. A winged humanoid. Silent movement. Gray or black skin. Eyes like burning coals. Whether these are modern Mothman sightings, or something else entirely, no one can say. But the pattern is undeniable. Something is still being seen. Chapter 9, a final reflection. As the night deepens around you, as the quiet settles, let your mind drift over the details of this story. A peaceful town shaken by fear. Dozens of eyewitnesses describing the same impossible creature. A tragedy that struck just weeks after the sightings began. And the disappearance of the creature the moment the bridge collapsed. Coincidence? Warning? Myth? Or something far more mysterious? Whether the Mothman was a guardian, a messenger, a threat, or simply an unexplained cryptid that remains undiscovered, its story continues to capture imaginations around the world. Even now, some people in Point Pleasant say that on especially quiet nights when fog rolls across the river and the wind whistles against the old factory ruins, you can feel something watching. Silent, patient, unseen. But if you ever find yourself driving alone through West Virginia, and you feel the hairs on the back of your neck rise, and you sense something moving just above your car, whatever you do, don't look up. Because legends never truly disappear.